Hey guys, it's 007, and here today we're going to talk briefly about what is expected for air realistic in red skies. This one's going to be a little bit of a quick video, really. I don't think there's really much that needs to be talked about with regards to the aircraft that they're adding. A lot of stuff is kind of quiet, really, if we're honest, but obviously we'll get the elephant out of the room dealt with. I'm very excited to see how the MiG-23 is going to perform, although I'm very skeptical about what it really will actually do. The MiG-23M really is more on par with that of the F-4 Phantom. Sure, it has some nice close-in missile capabilities, and it has definitely the long-range missile capability, which Russia's really lacked this entire time with regards to its NATO counterparts. So that'll be good. We'll get to see that. Really, I'm not really convinced though it's going to do much that better than the Phantoms, and people have definitely made claims that they think it should have had a matchup to the F-14. I personally don't think it was on par with the F-14 from the people I've talked to. The capabilities are just completely asymmetrical when it comes to a showdown between the two. And F-111, I think I should talk about that in another video. I would have loved to have seen the F-111. I think it would have been fine in the game, but there's a bigger reason why they probably didn't add the F-111, and like I said, more detail on that if you guys want to see that. But yeah, MiG-23 should be interesting. I don't think it's going to dominate, really. I'd be surprised if it does. And then it would be flavor of the month, and then, what's new kind of thing, because that's always been going on in the game. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see that. Premium for Russia, the Sukhoi 7, I believe is what it is. Yeah, should be nice. Sukhoi 7 is a really good plane if you've never flown it. Definitely something you should test fly first, before you buy it, obviously. And then on top of that, I'd probably even say it's worth it for you to actually just test fly it to see if you like the Sukhoi doctrine in general. It's a good plane. Honestly, a good fighter, bomber. Does the bomber part pretty well. Fighter, it'll do quite well. It'll surprise you, but beyond that, Yak, I think it's a Yak 28. I'm personally excited to see that plane. I would definitely like to go after it and get that. I think it's definitely worth the time to invest in that. Supersonic bomber. I think that's a really good way for the game to go forward. Like I said, that's another video we could talk about, but we'll just keep going forward. America getting an F-5C premium, which that's pretty nice. Skoshi Tiger. I think there's something more to be talked about in it, so I think it should get its own video. But once again, that's up to you guys if you would really like to see that kind of content. I personally don't think it's that big of a thing. There's a bigger envelope that it covers when it comes to topic-wise, like skins, but going forward, F5E for America, definitely probably the good thing to get over the F5C, in my opinion. Not for capability's sake, but just the fact that you don't have to pay actual money for it. Also, the F5E being the increase that there will be for the NATO teams and these aircraft, we're going to see people step a little bit away from the Phantoms and back towards the turn and burn fights that are more prominent of that, like with the MiG-21 doctrine. So I'm actually pretty excited for that. We're going to see some pretty good fights, especially on the deck. And I'm all for that, seeing more of that kind of fighting. I'd definitely like to see more fights get higher up in altitude, but the doctrine of the aircraft will determine how the battle is fought. People don't have to fly one way, and definitely shouldn't fly one way, because they're not going to find it very much fun when they do it that way. Going forward beyond that, I'd probably say that, well, let's see. We got the Americans and the Russians covered. British Sea Vixen, that's going to be exciting. Sure, it's not going to be very hot compared to the other planes. I think 4 red tops is a huge deal. If you've never fired a red hot before, or red top, my bad, red top. If you've never fired a red top before, it is something. It is quite a missile. It almost feels like you're firing an AIM-9J. It's on that level of a very fun of a missile. So that should be nice. I think that should have a very good opportunity. Britain didn't really get much else when it came to planes. Germany probably is going to be one of the biggest victors out of this entire patch, being that they're going to get an F4F with flares. So I'm really excited for that one. I'm personally going to be pushing that one pretty quick here with my 104G. China's, oh my god, J7E. That's gonna be a great plane. Definitely, that's probably gonna be one of the top, probably 3 planes I don't recommend people to get. Like 23, J7, J7E, and then yeah, German Phantom. Obviously, that's gonna be the big one. I am curious when Sweden's probably gonna get an update to their aircraft. I'd like to see them get a new one. And Italy, obviously, they're getting something, but not very much of anything, really. I couldn't remember. I don't think France is getting anything, and frankly, if it was something that they were getting, it was probably not worth talking about. And obviously, Japan, I didn't hear of them getting anything new, but with regards to the high tier, at least. So yeah, that's pretty much it. One last thing to talk about. I really am excited to see SAMS and the whole new AA network integrated for the airfield. It is very, very good at punishing people, and the nice thing is there are ways to counter that entire air defense network. It's not something that's overwhelming like the bases and how irritating they are to like strafe. It is something definitely ideal for aircraft that have the Mavericks, and this next coming patch we're going to get plenty of Mavericks. It might be worth something for the team to actually look at going after the airfield defenses first, wiping them out, and having that in their pocket. It's something that strategy-wise can be invoked, if we could say that. I'm personally very excited to see how that will play out. I know it's been probably the motto of this video, is pretty excited, but there's a lot of unknowns going into this whole patch. It's not going to be the simple, like, oh yeah, F-104s, you know, people are going to fly in a straight line more. You know, it's nothing like that. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. Thanks for listening, if you got this far, and I hope to see you guys in the patch. Definitely hit me up if you see me in battle. I'm down to wave back. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.